Hey everybody, Logan here. And well, yesterday we had a huge state of play for Final Fantasy 16. It's basically the big one before the game comes out this June. I bet you're wondering, why are you putting out this video now and not yesterday? Well, right after it ended, I had a big thing to go to, and once I got home, it was really late. And technically, that's now when I'm recording this, but you're seeing this first thing in the morning. This is a big talking point for me. Final Fantasy has been a series that I've played since the PS1. No, I didn't play it on the Super Nintendo. I wasn't a fan of RPGs back then. Not until I got my PS1 did I get into Final Fantasy 7. Final Fantasy 8 is my favorite. I love 9 and 10, but once they started straying away from the turn-based with 10-2, well, 10-2 was arguably turn-based, but it was a bit different. And then we went to Final Fantasy 11 and so on and so forth. So, with that being said, we've now come to an era of Final Fantasy that is completely not turn-based. And we're going to take a look at the trailer, just parts of it. I'm going to skim through it and stuff to give you my thoughts on it. We're not going to watch the whole thing. It's a 25-minute trailer. So if you haven't watched it, I would recommend watch it after this video if you want to watch the whole thing. But I'm going to give you my thoughts and my reaction to this trailer and how Final Fantasy has, dare I say, fallen. I don't think it's going to be a bad game whatsoever, but they've totally abandoned what made Final Fantasy popular, and that's that classic story-driven turn-based combat. Over the last few iterations, yes, we've seen some version of action-oriented turn-based, but loosely. And now they completely, in this video, they've completely said they're done. And it looks like Devil May Cry. All right, let me stop talking. Let me pull up the video. Let's take a look at let's take a look at it. So here we go. Should be able to hear it. I'm going to turn it down a little bit. As you can see, I didn't put on any background music or anything like that because, well, we're going to play this and we should be able to hear some of it here. I'm turning it down so I can still speak over it, just in case they decide to hit me with a copyright or anything. I don't think they're going to. But as you can see, this Final Fantasy is already rated M for mature, which is very different, especially with what it says. So I get it. PlayStation 5 exclusive. So let's scroll through. He's going to talk a little bit. So visually, the game looks great. I do like the fact that this is more medieval. This is set in. Apparently, it's a mythical version of, I guess it would be the UK, is what the original report said. The game looks great. The thing is that sword on the back, that's impossible to pull that sheath out of that sheath because there's a buckle on it. So imagine trying to pull that out. Yes, if it's on your side. How are you gonna? It's like hold on. Yeah, sorry, I even hit my headset. That's like that's one thing that I went. All right, I don't know how he's gonna pull that. So look, it just comes out. I mean, I guess the buckle. I don't know. That was the thing that got me. Like the combat, that's straight up Devil May Cry. The combat is very Devil May Cry. Now your character does progress over time. Blah 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 blah. It looks great here. Now this they go on to say later. There's different types of gameplay within the gameplay. So this is going to be a shooter. That's going to be a shmup. This is going to be they call it a wrestling and fighting game. It's all in one, and then you're back to the Devil May Cry. But here, let's see if I can zoom a little further. So here they tell you a little bit about where the game's going to be set.
And his journey takes place
your character.
In the realm of Valisthea. We follow the epic tale of Clive, Shield of the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, as it unfolds across 3 distinct periods in our hero's life: his teens, 20s, and 30s.
Like I said, the game looks fantastic, and I'm not worried about how it's going to look or play. It's, does this game really deserve that Final Fantasy name? I don't think so.
While the story begins with Clive in his 20s, a fully
I think it's
playable
going to be a good
flashback
game.
will
I
allow you
really
to
think it's going to be a
experience
good
the pivotal
game.
events that shaped his
But-
past and present.
I think it should have been one of those spin-off titles and not a mainline. I
And
think the
thus does
mainline
the
should have
curtain
gone
open
back
on
to
this
turn-based
newest Final Fantasy
and
adventure.
make this a spin-off. And I think it both would have done fantastic. Like, yeah, gangbusters this thing would have done. Look how good the game looks. Now, they even mentioned that there's going to be an easy mode, depending on how you want to play. If you want to just go through the story, this is going to be how you can equip your character and stuff like that. How it's RPG elements, but very light in the RPG elements, it seems. But this is going to be the map and everything. Blah blah blah.
The abilities that Clive wields have unique characteristics depending on the icon they are derived from.
It reminds me of another
Players
grid system, an
use
orb
ability
system.
points
Like,
collected by
I think
defeating enemies
start around
to
Final
unlock
Fantasy X.
more abilities or
Same but
upgrade
different.
existing ones. Can't decide which iconic
And this is
ability to
basically how they
unlock
say
or
it's an
upgrade?
RPG.
No problem. You can let the game choose for you.
Let's go a little further.
Final Fantasy
No,
16
let's just
includes
continue
a
this
range
part.
of timely accessories to
This is what
provide
I'm talking
support
about,
to
how they
those
say you
players who
can
may not be so
equip
skilled at
things
action
to make the
games,
game,
bringing them
like,
a
put it in
truly
easy
enjoyable
mode.
experience. Players are encouraged to equip Clive with different combinations of these accessories until they find the one that perfectly matches their own playstyle.
I get it, because some people just want the story. That's why they play Final Fantasy. I like the turn-based combat and story, but without turn-based. I want to play this first. I don't want to play it on easy mode. I want to play it on the way the developers intended, to play like Devil May Cry.
As well as shifting into a window of slow motion whenever Clive
So we
is
know the
about to
game
be
isn't
hit
going to
by
be
an
like
attack, giving them a little extra
ridiculously
time to
hard.
get
It's not going to be
online
stupid
and
like
evade.
that. It's going to have different levels of
Alternatively,
combat and
players
different
can equip an accessory that fully automates
difficulties,
evasion.
so
As I said before, I
many
really
different
encourage
people. It'll be
everyone
accessible to
discover
many
the
different
combination that works best for
types
them.
of players. Because there are some people that really want stories, but really kind of suck at the action-based games, and they don't play games like Devil May Cry. But really, this really looks like Devil May Cry.
Don't forget to choose story-focused.
And then
mode before starting
this
the
is
new
what
game.
made me say, okay, kind of all that other stuff is kind of pointless.
In this mode, timely accessories are automatically equipped from the start, allowing players to immerse themselves in the narrative experience without having to worry too much with the action.
Yep. Is what it is, but the game looks really good. Here, let's see if I can go to the part.
Clive will meet many
Oh yeah,
characters along his
you get a
journey.
puppers.
A smart, strong, and fiercely loyal hound, Torval is always by Clive's side and willing to stand by him in the face
So he
of
helps you in
whatever
combat.
fate
Now,
may
one thing
befall
is,
him.
in combat, you only
Will
are the
act
main
of his
character.
own accord, but players can
And
also give him
all your
direct
party
commands.
members just do their own thing. So they're just kind of there for, hey, remember parties?
Just
Yeah,
don't
kind of
forget
thing.
to give this
But
good
you
boy some
feed your
treats
puppers.
every now and then.
You got a big pupper. He's a big boy. He's a good boy.
Goose.
Good boy. But good
Get her
boy.
upstairs.
So
Oh,
those are your party
don't
characters.
fret about
Apparently,
Karen.
there's characters
taking care of her
and blah
fee.
blah blah.
All of it.
A highly skilled blacksmith
So-
works the Hideaway's forge.
I think
the
this is
Hideaway
it.
is home
Side
to a
quests
lot of other
unlocked.
features as
Yeah,
well.
the side quests are the different ones with the different types of gameplay, where you go into like different genres and stuff. I think this is
Not
where
only will
they
players
talk
discover
about
a
it.
variety of side quests here, but they can also view information on quests offered all around Valisthea.
Well, here I
Did you
think with
say
her
the
you
world?
get some kind of relationship gameplay because it's a
Mid.
childhood friend.
When did you get back?
Later on, they show that it's like he's got a thing for her or something.
There's also Lorsman Harpocrates.
So when you see this, when you see Marlboro again, I'm like, that looks really cool. I'm not going to lie. It looks fantastic. Animation is fantastic. Character model is fantastic. Everything about this game just looks simply amazing. But I just don't feel that mainline Final Fantasy. I can go on for a while about how I feel about that, but so on and so forth.
Experience unparalleled real-time action combat as
Here we
Clive
go.
takes
Here we go.
command of
Right
the
up here.
iconic.
Now, here's when it becomes like a shooter. So I think it's
These epic
Ifrit versus
confrontations
Phoenix, and
all
you
play
control
out
Phoenix,
in
and there
real
you get
time,
Ifrit
allowing
and
players to
Garuda,
control their
and there
very
it
own
becomes
icon
a wrestling
with
game. They
their own
literally
hands.
said it's a wrestling game. That looks like fighting game. I like that. Don't get me wrong. That looks like fighting game.
These battles differ
I really
depending
think
on the
it's
icon
definitely
count,
going to
and
be
every showdown is unique, right down to gameplay.
a big diversion
Players
from
will
the
experience
series.
everything from a 3D scrolling shooter to a
Definitely
heavyweight wrestling match
diverts
with devastating
from
attacks that
everything
encompass the
that we've
entire
known
battlefield.
enough before. With Final Fantasy 13 and 14 and 15. 14 being online, it's a completely different monster itself. It's a good game.
Seamless,
But 15,
heart-stopping,
a semblance of turn-based. I
I
got bored of that, sadly. I
really
really wanted to enjoy it, but I got like 5 or 6 hours into it, and it just didn't do anything for me. I don't know. I couldn't connect with the characters, and usually when I'm playing a Final Fantasy game, I like to connect with the characters. So I don't think this is going to be one of those. I just don't think the characters. I don't think it's going to have a strong enough RPG element or a story element to get that. But look at that. That looks fantastic. Looks great. So to play as summons is really cool. It looks really, really cool. But yeah, so I'm just going to leave that there. Let's go back. So with that being said, my opinions on the trailer are pretty clear. My opinions on the game are pretty clear. My final opinion is not here. It is up in the air because I do want to play the full game before I give a review. In this game, I'm really going to give an early impressions review and then a final review. I'm going to make 2 videos when this comes out. Probably one at the beginning. I think it comes out June 22nd. The first day it comes out, I'm going to play it there. Give my early initial impressions, and then I might even do 3 videos, one about halfway through and then the other one at the end. No spoilers, just my straight up opinion on this game. I will probably make shorts out of some of the gameplay. Try not to put anything that has any kind of spoilers. That's what I'm going to try to do, and we'll take it from there. But yeah. Yep. It's just how it is. The game looks promising, but I'm still skeptical without that turn-based combat. But there we go. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share this video. Remember to turn on notifications because we got ready to start podcast. And our next special guest is Jay, Drunk 3PO from Geeks and Gamers. Make sure you tune in on the 20th for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. And like we always say, be legendary. Thanks again.